Top 10 conspiracies proved to be true. 10. Project MKUltra. In 1953, the CIA launched a deadly mind control program. Masked as intelligence research, they secretly administered LSD to the public and manipulated their mental states. The CIA's ultimate goal was to create a brainwashed assassin programmed to kill. Patients were also hypnotized and given electroshock therapy to try and create split personalities that could be used against the Russians in the Cold War. But when investigative journalist Seymour Hersh reported illegal CIA surveillance in 1975, the American public were outraged. Further government investigations discovered thousands of files on MKUltra and some truly disturbing human experiments. 9. Operation Paperclip. After World War II, the USA recruited 1,600 Nazi scientists in order to prevent their knowledge falling into Soviet hands. The US government claimed that any hired German found to be a former Nazi would be excluded from the program, but this was a sham. Instead, hundreds of Nazi technicians were given fake records and offered sanctuary in the USA. Some of these Nazis, like Arthur Rudolph and Otto von Bolschwing, helped Hitler purge Germany of the Jews. 8. CIA drug trafficking. In 1996, investigative journalist Gary Webb exposed the CIA for facilitating the sale of cocaine to LA street gangs. Webb alleged that in the 1980s, the CIA targeted drugs to African American communities, and millions of dollars worth of cocaine funded the CIA's army in Nicaragua. Newspapers influenced by American intelligence, like the LA Times, severely discredited his work. With his career in ruins, Webb took his own life. 9 years later, the LA Times apologized for falsely attacking Webb and admitted that his allegations had indeed been correct. 7. Operation Northwoods. In 1962, US military intelligence planned terrorist attacks on its own country. US operatives intended to blame these attacks on the Cuban government to justify a war against Cuba. The operation involved hijacking planes and bombing US cities to gain public support against Cuba's communist leader, Fidel Castro. Operation Northwoods was rejected by the Kennedy administration and forgotten for 40 years. It was rediscovered in the 90s during a surge of interest in JFK's assassination and provoked outrage from the American public. 6. The NSA files. In 2013, computer analyst Edward Snowden revealed that the NSA was accessing tens of millions of Americans' online records and tracking phone calls under the pretense of trying to uncover terrorist plots. But before the scandal broke, the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, lied under oath to Congress when he claimed that the NSA did not collect the data of millions of Americans. Whistleblower Snowden has since been charged with theft of government property and is seeking asylum in Russia. 5. COINTELPRO. Peace activists suspected the FBI of infiltrating the anti-war movement, and they were right. On March 8, 1971, they broke into an FBI office and stole hundreds of files which revealed the Bureau's true motives. The counterintelligence program was an aggressive, covert operation by the Bureau to destroy communism and the New Left. For nearly 2 decades, the FBI sought to intimidate, blackmail, and sometimes even assassinate individuals who threatened to disrupt political order. They even targeted Martin Luther King Jr., wiretapping his hotel rooms and trying to persuade him to commit suicide. 4. Operation Snow White. In the 1970s, the Church of Scientology performed one of the largest infiltrations of US government in history. 5,000 undercover members raided 136 American agencies to steal documents critical of the church. In 1977, former Scientology member Michael Meisner contacted the FBI, suspecting that the Scientology community was involved in criminal activities. His suspicions were correct. In 1978, the founder of Scientology's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard, and 10 other conspirators were found guilty of stealing classified records from the US government. But to this day, the Church of Scientology still denies the existence of the operation. 3. Guatemala Syphilis Study. Between 1946 and 1948, the USA landed in Guatemala City and secretly infected 1,500 people with syphilis to test the effectiveness of penicillin. At least 83 people died in these experiments, which had the approval of the Rockefeller Foundation and Johns Hopkins University. America kept quiet for 6 decades until Professor Susan Reverby uncovered the experiment in 2005. Both Rockefeller and Hopkins have denied any connection. However, government officials have since reported that their researchers used US taxpayer money to pay prostitutes with syphilis to infect unknowing subjects and bribed others with cigarettes to be infected with the disease. 2. Gulf of Tonkin. On August 2, 1964, America and North Vietnam engaged in military combat in the Gulf of Tonkin. According to official reports, North Vietnam also initiated an attack on August the 4th, prompting USA to respond with military action. Only this second attack never happened. In 2005, it was revealed that President Lyndon B. Johnson falsely claimed that Vietnam had attacked the USA in order to go to war and declare that South Vietnam was jeopardized by communist aggression. 1. Operation Mockingbird. In the 1950s, the CIA launched a secret campaign to control the media, recruiting top journalists so they would have power over the New York Times, CBS, and Newsweek. By 1953, they influenced over 25 newspapers and radio stations and could promote big business, positive US government messages, and anti-communist agendas. They even attempted to buy every copy of a book critical of the CIA, but decided against it when the publisher revealed that this would lead to a second edition being printed. After a number of exposés, the US government officially revealed in 1976 that the CIA had indeed tried to control public opinion using covert propaganda. Thanks for watching All Time 10s.
Hey guys, that was top 10 conspiracy theories that were proven true. And if you want to learn more about conspiracies, there's only one place to go, isn't there, Dave?
There is. It's All Time Conspiracies. It's our second channel. It's been going for a couple of years now. Go and check it out. Let us know what you thought. There's also the conspiracy over there that John was actually founded the Illuminati. So if you want to go and find out about that, go over and check it out. Again, him and Jay-Z just running shit.
Taking it over, mate.
Who runs the world? John. Who runs the world? John.
Definitely.
Go and check it out, guys, and let us know what you thought in the comments below. Peace.
See you later.